This is the cheap adventure to Genoa in Italy. And let's start off with what I feel is the weirdest lifts in Genoa, which are the Ascensor Publics. Similar to Monaco, there are public lifts, but unlike Monaco where those are free, here in Genoa you actually have to pay just to use a lift. And the whole lift setup is like, we consider a lift the equivalent to some sort of public transport, like as a metro or a tram. It's very bizarre. So at the lower levels of these lifts you go through a tunnel into the cliff, where the lift then takes you up to the top of the cliff. And it's made these lift areas look like metro stations. And that's like a dream of mine, to have a vertical metro system, where you have high speed metro lifts going super fast into a deep underground mine. But disappointingly, in Genoa, these lifts were not particularly fast and didn't live up to the metro system looks of how they've decorated the lift landings. Oh, there's the door to the other lift, in case it breaks down. So here's the ticket machine to use a lift. The cheapest ticket is your 110-minute ticket. And that costs €2. €2 to use a lift. Some American tourists came along and they literally paid that just to take one lift ride. Like, if you just want to go on a lift and you didn't actually want to go anywhere beyond a lift, €2 is absolutely extortionate just to ride a lift. That's stupid. Well, I've got a day ticket for €9, which is still extremely expensive. So this looks like a London Underground station just for a lift. I've always would like it if it was like a vertical transport going up a long distance, but this is only going about 80 metres at most, so not really what I was wanting. But it'd be amazing if there was an underground station just like this for a lift, went up like 500 metres up a huge cliff or 1,000 metres into a deep mine. That'd be so fun. So this looks the part, but it's not really tall enough to meet what I dreamt of. So then, as this lift was very busy and I wasn't able to film it very well, let's take a look at another Ascensor Public nearby. This one's had a massive capacity reduction. Something must be severely wrong with this lift. Oh, the capacity's been reduced. Oh dear, they got a capacity issue in this. Go. Elevatory Normac. Fucking hell, what capacity reduction. What the fuck's gone wrong with this? That's a huge capacity reduction. My camera's gone steamy because it's so hot outside. The weather's so humid. That's the chains. I've got some working on the other lift. That's just the chains on it. It's some rough. Okay, my camera is very steamy. That's what it looks like downstairs. You can hear those chains. But this actually comes out in the middle of a car tunnel. So if I come down here, do it quick before the lift comes back, and see it we're actually down in a car tunnel, which is very weird. We're in the middle of a car tunnel. Into the car tunnel. There's your car tunnel. My camera's still steamy, even though I've cleaned it like a million times. So across your car tunnel, along to the lift. So then, now go along to these very 80s looking tower blocks. This is actually a posh hotel. The lifts have been replaced with Schindler Eurolifts. Fucking hell. Bit of pre-start there. And the old lifts are some epic Fiat lifts, which are currently in the process of being replaced by Schindler. Oh, much better. Getting replaced. No, it's getting replaced. Ah, it's weird. Indicate stop, start. And the last remaining Fiat lift seems to have a lot of problems. So I go to a different floor and try this lift again. At least it worked that time. Let's be go 0 but nowhere else. Okay, let's be go 0 but nowhere else. So I can't stop at any of these. What about a stop button? Ooh, I stopped it. We're off somewhere. Let's see where we go. So now I go along to the World Trade Center, which has got some 4 metre a second Schindler lifts. So then, on this trip, similar to my last trip to Italy, actually to Milan and Bergamo, the weather was crazy hot. 37 degrees, fucking hell. So let's sneak into the swimming pool at a posh hotel. The lifts here are Otis lifts. So, Melia and Genoa. Look at this, this is nice. Is this quick there? Is that some sort of quick thing? I don't know. Don't drop the phone, whatever I do not drop the phone, otherwise I am absolutely fucked. We might find their tickets home, Ronnis. But yeah, this is a very nice swimming pool. Look at that wall. The wall with the water running down it. So, jet stream to swim against, and a bubbly thing. So then, the next thing I want to talk about is the number of fails on this trip. There's so many things went wrong, it was quite astonishing really. Italy is a third world country as far as I'm concerned. The public transport is so knackered and so much of it was not working. And only one of the funiculars was working, which is the St. Anna funicular. But the longer, more spectacular funicular, which is the Zecca-Rihi funicular, was not working. Then there was also some mini funiculars which also were not working. This one, which looked very interesting because the track changes gradient as it goes up, was not working. And there's a lot of wasted time with failed public transport on this trip. For example, this little tiny bus looks very interesting. I just had to take a ride on this. And just 5 minutes into the journey, the bus broke down. There's also a rack and pinion railway, and this thing is a heritage train, but it's not in very good condition. It felt so juddery and wobbly, I thought it was going to derail. And then there was the Genoa to Castella railway. This is a kind of touristy railway going into the mountains. But the most annoying thing about this railway is that the terminus station in Genoa is nowhere near the centre, and there's not even much in the way of public transport to get out to this railway, making this railway pretty useless. But even worse, it actually wasn't working. After trudging all the way out to it in the heat, it was not running. And there was also a trolley bus. And guess what? Almost all of the buses on the route were just regular diesel buses, and the one trolley bus I got on was running in diesel electric mode the entire way. Fucking hell. Now, I don't normally talk about all the fails, but in this place, it was just a particularly large number of them. Anyway, let's now get on to something more interesting, which is the vintage lifts of Genoa. And let's take a look at these very interesting lifts that start off in a tunnel going into the cliff, where there's 3 lifts, 1 hotel lift and a set of 2 smaller residential lifts. And these look like they start off as like tunnel style lifts. But if you take a look at these lifts on the higher floors, they then become vintage style Italian lifts, which I was not expecting, especially since the interior doesn't look anything special. Let's take a ride on top of it. Such a weird setup I got here. So I've got the 2 main lifts, a little lift just for hotel guests. Strange setup. Whee, full speed inspection, nice. Very nice. Interesting. Strange. So we've got a hotel lift. As it comes up to here. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's nice. That looks nice. So it's a hotel lift. It's a double sized one. So you've got 3 lifts here. 2 small ones for residents and 1 double sized one for a hotel. This looks like a bunker down there. This properly looks like a bunker. It's up. And now I go to the city centre. And the city centre is called Ferrari Hitachi. What the fuck is that corporate name? It makes it sound like I'm over in Dubai, where all of the metro stations had sponsored names. But I just do not like that level of corporateness. I do not think the city centre should be named after Ferrari, a shitty overpriced car company. And the metro station lifts are hydraulic lifts and are very slow. When's that door opening? So now I go along to a hospital, and the reception area of the hospital has got painted ceilings. What is this weird place? The old Eco disc something sound nicer. That's loud, echoes through a building. Well, it's now shit, but it was. Ah, Schindler series. What not to do to your old Schindler? Well, actually the whole interior is replaced. It's not in mod, it's replaced. Fucking hell. It's quite grand, this hospital. Quite old, but heavily modded. Got also on latch on that. Well, starts quick. Shame about the mod. And let's take a look at a shopping centre, which is Centre Commercial Fumara. This has got a Circle Otis hydraulic lift. The door's not properly shut. What's going on with that? Oh, it starts up straight. Start. That's weird. Okay, that's going to be a very bumpy ride on the way up. Stop and... Oh, it doesn't start straight away on the way up. It's because it has to charge again. It's hydraulic. So I do it in the door zone. Does it behave like Otis always behave? See? Yes, it does. Otis hydraulic. And nearby, there's another shopping centre, which is a converted ferry port. And this pretty much shows up why it is not a good idea to convert old ferry ports into shopping centres, as it doesn't really work and looks a bit grotty. So then now I go to the next Ascensor Public. This one used to be an epic old Schindler lift, but sadly it's been replaced. What's particularly interesting about this Ascensor Public is that this one actually goes up a tower block. So the lower level is the ground floor of the tower block and the upper level is the rooftop of the tower block, where there is a bridge across to the hill. I actually really like that. And now to the next Ascensor Public. So it is a random street in a bit of the middle of nowhere, to be honest. And you've got a sign. It's like a bus stop, but does you like call the lift and the lift just magically spawns in right in front of you or something? I don't know, I'm assuming it's down here. Here it is. This one's a bit of a distance away from where it said it would be on the map, but oh well. Ascensor Montelio. Ticket machine again! In Monaco, all of the Ascensor Publics were free. Here you need to buy a ticket. Cheapest ticket, 110 minutes, €2. Is riding a lift worth €2? I don't think it is. Got the door to the other one, so if it breaks down you've got a direct door across. Wow, this is slow. Look at that, got a cabinet inside it. That's probably got an inspection control inside that to run the lift to rescue passengers from the other one. This levelling's terrible. The ground floor, that's where you stamp your ticket. This is so weird. And here's the tunnel. And as for the next ascensor public, this one, like quite a few of them, was not fucking working. This place is a fucking disaster. For fuck's sake, walked a long way to get to this. I walked a long way just to get to his ascensor public and it's not working. Fucking hell. So here we've got slaves holding up the building. They're definitely slaves, they're in chains. That is like quite questionable but funny at the same time. And along to the airport hotel. Shim's a bit dusty, that needs a clean. But other than that, this is perfect. Oh, conventional rollers, not Marconic ones. Ooh, nice. Oh, hydraulic. What on earth is the reception button for? I don't get that. Anyway, now I go along to the airport. Tiny airport. Genoa City Airport. It's like London City Airport, but I can actually take full-size planes, unlike London City, which is an absolute waste. A circle shaft, but the lift is square. How ridiculous can I get? And the inverse got doors like that. It's on the side chassis, not a diagonal chassis. You can see it's no diagonal. Cone, oh fuck off, that's not a cone. Why don't they install generic shit? Just print eco disc. Oh, custom announcements. Oh, stop button. Try that out. quite gentle. Oh, so it's on the side chassis like that, and that'll wobble. Yeah, look at that wobble. That's because the side chassis is there, so when you've got a door up this side, opposite end from the side chassis, you get a lot of wobble, that's why it's bad design.